At 9:40 this morning, dressed in a blue shirt and long jeans pants, Jose Luis Sosa walked into the Orange Walk police station despite having been shot in his leg, along with his family and attorney, Kevin Arthurs.
He has been brought in. He has sustained a gunshot wound at the hands of the police. The family was concerned about the circumstances of it, obviously. I think that there are certain facts in this case which are absolutely undeniable. It is undeniable that an unarmed civilian was in fact shot. The police used lethal force against an unarmed civilian in a very tight space within inches of the head of his 2-week-old baby boy. Those are things that we cannot move past.
Sosa was processed, examined and given a medical legal form and transported to the Northern Regional Hospital to treat his almost 6-day-old wound. At the time, Arthurs said Sosa would be transported immediately to Belize City, where authorities were looking for him to assist in an ongoing investigation there.
We also want to know, but what we have been told, and this shock and awe that I saw in his face was very important telling to me, was in relation to some burglary in Belize City. And in fact, he's saying that this is not the first time that they have brought trumped-up charges against him. In fact, the last time, his baby was just born when he was harangued from the hospital and in fact harassed and abused by the police the first time.
I was made to understand that he was also wanted by Orange Walk Police for escape. I think it's in relation to that same incident where he was when his child was being born.
My understanding is that it's in relation to the same incident where in fact, I don't know the full circumstance of it, but I can tell you that in fact there is some relationship between the two. And I am assuming that the police will hold on to their word and in fact transport him immediately because his 48 hours in relation to the investigation starts to run from 9:40. This morning.
Arthurs says the entire process in which police handled the matter was unwarranted, something which left the entire family concerned for Sosa's safety and freedom.
There was no evidence of a search warrant or any warrant being offered for him, and that in fact his back door was kicked down. The family's immediate concern really was the fact that they had questions about a group of officers that the facts will show that a group of officers have been repeatedly harassing my client, and that this incident is a product of that constant harassment. And so what their concern was, it's a legitimate concern, that they did not want any sort of hanky-panky, for lack of a better word, to operate where he was framed any further than he has already been framed in relation to what has happened. So that is my purpose here today.
Whether the family will be pursuing legal action against the officers involved is still not certain, but Arthurs says their outlook, should they do so, is favorable.
It is a very live and rich option for them to explore, and I hope that they do explore it because it is something very important that we, and I'm sure the good police officers will agree, that we have to hold the police force to a very high standard because we have confidence in them and that confidence cannot be betrayed. Based on the facts that I have gotten from the family and from him, it's all one consistent story, even from the police a consistent story. And if those consistent stories add up, then I'm saying that this clearly is a case where the police really would want to take this bullet back.
Arthurs added that the Orange Walk Police Department has begun an internal investigation into the matter but could not confirm whether the officers involved were still on duty. On Thursday, police conducted a search immediately after the shooting as Sosa had escaped into nearby bushes. Since then, Sosa has been able to evade police. Surprisingly, he has been able to survive his wound, as we understand, with herbal treatment without complications. Dalila Ikal for Love News.